sack and a forced fumble. What did you think of his performance?
I thought a sack and a forced fumble is really good. We expect big things out of him.
Coach, overall, what were your thoughts?
Overall, I need to really go back and watch the tape. I thought there was some good hitting out there, especially on the other side. The defensive guys got some shots on some people down the field. And you guys got to understand something. We really try to take care of each other. We know how dangerous it is to go that live. And some of those times when the guys have them, you know, they're hitting them like they're a little brother. They're not hitting them like they're their enemies. So, you know, we took care of some people out there, but it was physical enough.
What did you see from your quarterbacks today?
They moved the chains. They did some things. They did some good things and some bad things. It's hard to evaluate quarterbacks without going back and watching every little thing. But the ball moved for a little bit. I was happy with what they did.
How would you kind of categorize where Lamson is in that quarterback room?
I think that all those guys need to get better, but there's obvious that Justin's doing some positive things.
So even before tonight, we saw him working with the ones in the goal line period a little bit, the last couple of open media sessions. Is that just to get him looks? Can you kind of contextualize how you've approached giving him opportunities?
It's not just him. We've been rotating all those guys through. You guys just happened to be the time that he was going up there first. But we got to get an evaluation of those guys. We're not going to let any of those guys that haven't been in a game as a quarterback get, how do you say it, evaluated when they're not live. We need to see them live. They were live last Saturday. They were live this Saturday. And they'll be live next Saturday. And we'll get an evaluation on all three of those.
What did you see from Justin overall this spring? How would you assess his last 5-6 weeks?
He's just been around for a while, so he understands the players. He has a better understanding of the personnel. He's doing a really good job, especially for a young kid.
Anything surprise you today at all?
We didn't kick the ball out of the end zone on the kickoffs. That surprised me. I mean, we should be able to do that in here. We need to work on that.
Just as simple as resting those four guys on offense?
Yeah, well, the one guy's a little banged up, but the other three guys are all healthy. Yeah, we just rested them.
Who's the one guy?
The quarterback.
Oh, Schrader.
Yeah.
How did he get banged up this spring? Or is it a holdover situation?
We're just making sure his hamstring's okay.
Okay.
He took the defense on a 60-yard run last Saturday. In the last 5 yards, he kind of twinged it a little bit. We just want to make sure he's okay.
Any thoughts on the running backs from this game?
I thought they did some things, both of them. All those guys made some plays back there. We ran the ball. I don't remember the ball coming out. You guys got to help me with that. I'm normally decent about that. But ball security was good. They did a nice job.
Did any of the wide receivers pop out today?
You know, there were some plays down the field, but I'm not so sure if that was the wide receivers or just making a mistake, you know, and throwing over a freshman or something like that. We got to go back and watch the tape. But anytime they catch the ball, that's good.
I was seeing on Sean Tucker tonight, but what has he shown this spring that maybe is in next year from last year?
Yeah, that the track thing really helped him. I mean, he's a lot faster than he was last year. Unfortunately for everybody else, but he is a lot faster than he was from last year.
Where do you see that? Where do you see that? Is it just first step? Is it once he gets going?
It's first step and once he gets going. We did some other things with the team, some mat drills and stuff like that, and they had to go 100 yards. And instead of a running back running 100 yards, he looked like a track guy. I mean, he got out there about 67 yards, and all of a sudden, he just relaxed. And just the speed just kept continuing. The track really helped him.
How have you noticed the transfers and the true freshmen integrate into this team?
Okay, give it to me again.
How have you noticed the transfers and the true freshmen, the early enrollees, integrate into this team?
The Ohana's done a good job of bringing them into the team. They're really helping them, teaching them the stuff that they need to know. Those guys embrace those guys. We're a big family, and we understand that they started somewhere else, but they're here now, and we're gonna bring them in and teach them the right way. They're part of the family.
And how important is the early enrollees, like the true freshmen from your class? You have 9 in this year. How important is this time for them right now?
It's unbelievable. I can't tell you how important it is. When you come in early, you're giving yourself a chance. And then if you're doing something, you know, like Justin did last year, if you come in early and you don't make it, that next year in January, you've been here in a whole year, you carry yourself totally different than those other guys. So it's a big thing.
So, Dino, we see Sean's numbers and we think, how can this guy possibly get better? Where are you trying to help him grow, you know, before next season?
I think Sean is doing a lot of that stuff on his own, but we're going to do some things offensively that hopefully that's going to help him on what he's trying to do. But the track thing was a big thing. He did that all on his own, gave up his Christmas, holidays, stayed here. I mean, he was in the weight room. I'm coming to work over Christmas. He's in there working out. I mean, he does a nice job of staying extremely focused on what he wants. He knows exactly what he wants to do.
For like pass catching, pass blocking, is there like an area that you think has the most room for him to grow?
I think he's a better pass catcher than what people realize. And we threw those 2 screens against Albany, and everybody saw what he does. But he can catch the football, and he'll get an opportunity to do some of that this year.
You know, albeit preseason, just what you can say about those.
At where?
I said, albeit, you know, prior to the season, coming up here in 2022, just what you can say about the coaches that are on the staff now and what it's like to see them out there, and obviously how they've gotten comfortable here.
Well, I think the biggest thing is they've gotten comfortable. We got a bunch, we got some new guys, but I think they fit right in, and I gotta tip my hat for the coaches that are on the staff and how they brought them in. And once again, we're all trying to work towards a common goal, and we're getting to know each other. But as we do that, we're crossing T's, dotting I's, and getting our work done as well.
Anything you can pass along on Justin Barron, a guy who we haven't seen this spring?
You know, he had a back surgery. We want to, we're going to be very careful with our guys. We always do. He looks good. He's pain-free. We're just being super, super cautious. So they're probably going to release him full go one day after we get done with spring ball, and that's okay. Justin's a smart kid, and he'll work out hard this summer, and he'll show up and be in the mix in the fall.
Last 3 for Coach.
I think a lot of fans are going to watch this and see what Justin did and be very impressed. He was going against the second-team defense, Valari and Morgan going against the full-strength first-team defense. How do you kind of contextualize that? You
got to balance it out. I mean, all that stuff matters, what you just said, you know that, and analytically, it's a lot different going against the 2s than going against the 1s. The 1s may make a mistake. The 2s will make some mistakes, and if you take advantage of it, it makes you look really good. But Justin did a good job, regardless of who he was going against. He did a nice job.
Coach, do you have any thoughts on SU Women's Hoops hiring Felicia Leggett-Jack?
Everyone else knows her already, so I hadn't got an opportunity to really get to know her. But I went over and introduced myself and said congratulations to her. And she just seems like a superhuman being. And I haven't had a chance to meet her husband or her son yet, but if that's her family, I imagine they're just like her. It was an experience. I'm really glad that it happened.
Last one.
What have you seen from Derek McDonald? Seems like he's mixing in a little bit, maybe the 4th guy there.
I think it's a good call, what you just said. He's mixing it in a little bit. I think his big move is going to be in the summertime, and then what happens in the fall, but he's a big body. He's extremely intelligent. He's given himself an opportunity. Thank you, guys.